Hello and welcome back to another episode of Content Junkeez, your home for all things content creation, content consumption, just content in general. I'm your host, Austin Alvarez. I am joined by our co-host, Robert Condell. Robert, say hi to the people.
Hi.
Thank you for watching. No, I'm just kidding. All right. So you had this great idea because we've been doing a couple of episodes here, and you had a great idea. So I'll kind of let you lead with this one.
All right. So we own, content production companies. This is a studio. We're working at Sticky Paws. People are probably going to ask, they're paying for services. So most people ask, when do I get my return on investment from all these thousands of dollars that I'm pouring into these media guys? What? I'm going to ask you, because I have my own take. What do you say to that?
It totally depends. So I had the conversation with a potential client a few weeks ago, and he was like, so what's kind of like your return on, like, if we put out a video, what are you projected to do? And I said, well, that totally depends, because it depends on the content we're putting out, depends on the presence, depends on how we put it out.
How good you are.
Depends on, because like if you film something and it's just not there, not there, you're not gonna be able to do anything about it.
Yeah, it depends on how quick, here's how I say it depends on how quickly you can get the audience to trust you.
Yes. And sometimes that takes
That's
a
the
while.
return on investment. If you suck, then your content sucks.
Like us, for example, this show, it may take some of you a while to even consider us experts in our field.
We're not very likable.
I would say we are.
Nah.
Well, should we just do ASMR for the rest of the episode?
I couldn't. I don't even think I could. My voice is too loud. But yeah, I get a lot, especially with podcasts. Like podcasting is a difficult one to kind of really track ROI, because it totally depends on the niche. It depends on how you're putting the content out there. It depends on you, really. The content is driven by you.
It is. It's about likability.
Yep.
It really is. If the audience likes you right away, then you can go viral right away. That's really it. If you make them feel something at the end of that screen, that's it. You get your return on investment. Because you're going to get leads coming in, you're going to get business inquiries, you're going to get, hey, this was awesome. You're going to get conversations. So it's a two-way street. We're getting cut.
No, it's just George. Hi, George.
It really is depending on you. Like how good you are as a person and what your content is. That's the return on investment. Whether that's numbers, leads coming in, whatever.
Yeah. So, I mean, and like, especially for like people who are like us, who are content creators or are trying to get into the business of like having a production company, sometimes it can take a minute for your stuff to be seen, and you have to be patient.
Yes. Right now, things are so oversaturated that it takes a while for
to stand
people
out.
To stand out.
Yeah.
So you're gonna
see
have
your content.
You're going to have to do a lot of stuff that you don't want to do to stick out.
Yeah. And so the ROI on
my shirt, just so, show some skin here.
Yeah. That's how we'll get the
you
ROI
be polarizing. I mean, it's a complex. I mean, we're going to have a part 2 with this, but it really is just like, if people are asking you right away, what's my return on my investment? I can't even say the word ROI. They're asking you the wrong thing.
Yeah.
They got to be like, how long do I have to do this before I get good and get relatable to my audience?
And you and I had this conversation where Lana, who's engineering right now, was asking us, like, how do I start getting clients if I want to do this type of work? And you and I were talking about, like, well, what's the retainer? What's this? What is like the agreement length?
Think about a commercial, right? One commercial that people spend millions of dollars on, they repeat thousands of times before an audience gets to know them.
Yep.
So
it's all about brand awareness, brand recognition.
Yeah, man.
If you don't have it, you have to start.
It's a numbers game, man. You need to see millions to get hundreds of leads or thousands of leads. Like that's the scale now. You need, you know what I mean? It really is that ratio. It's like you're not going to post one video and get a lead from there. You'll be lucky to do that.
Yeah, I thought that's how it was going to work for me. And then I was rudely awakened, and now
Or you're not going to spend $5,000 and go, hey, I want my $5,000 back because I made 30 videos.
Yeah.
That's not how it works, dude.
Like, I have a story before we wrap up this episode, before we get to part 2, because we will do a part 2 on this. But I had a client who booked me. I charged him a pretty adequate rate. I think I charged him at the time $500 to film for like in 2 hours, and then $300 to edit. So it was like a package deal.
And he's like, where are my 30 leads?
No, so it was a YouTube creator. I'll show him. You probably know them, but I made them content, and he was like, "Yeah, He called me afterwards. He paid it, no problem, zero issue. He's like, "Yeah, I'm just not going to make my money back." So, but with that being said, we will have to do a part 2 on this. So, we want to hear what you think. Before we do part 2, you can reach out to us at cjp@stickypawstudios.com. And until next time, everybody, see you then.